April here, traveling our beautiful earth, and I'm here today to talk to you about beautiful Antigua Guatemala. I'm here on the top of my Airbnb on a beautiful balcony overlooking one of the many volcanoes. This isn't an active one, but there is an active one right over there. You get to see plenty of that. I want to talk to you about preparation for coming to Antigua, things to do, whatnot. Starting off with coming here. Usually in general, like any other place, you want to book about 3 months in advance because that's when you're going to get your cheapest flights. You can find the best hotel deals, Airbnb, whatever you feel like stay. I found here in Antigua, in most places, your best bet is to get an Airbnb. If you're traveling alone, I would get one where you can stay with a host and maybe they can show you around. If you're traveling with friends, go ahead and get yourself a full place. If you just want the convenience of a hotel and having somebody clean up after you and you want to pay more, you're okay with that, then go ahead and get a hotel. I always would choose the Airbnb though. For as far as packing for clothes, it gets a little chilly here, about 55 degrees at nighttime. This is a cooler time of year to come. It's like November through, the rest of the winter it gets cooler. It is less rainy. If you come between October and earlier, it's going to be more rainy yet warmer. So this is the warmest I got here, is like this thicker fuzzy hoodie. I have a thin hoodie with obviously a hood on it, and a couple pairs of pants, a couple pairs of shorts, t-shirts, tank tops. You don't need a ton. You might want a lighter pair of shoes, but hiking shoes are a must when you're walking around this town because the ground is uneven, or if you want to hike a volcano. When you get here, you also might want something to block the sun, either a little sunblock, a hat, a scarf, because even though it doesn't get crazy warm, like this time of year, a warm day is like 75, 78, so it's not terrible. The sun's really intense. So when you get here, you're going to have to choose your transportation from Guatemala City. It's the best place to fly in. You have the option of a taxi, a chicken bus, or shuttle. The shuttle's about $15 per person. So if you're traveling with 2 or more people, I would take a cab, which is like 25 to 30 total. So if you have 3 people, you're really saving on a cab over a shuttle, and you can get your direct route or make stops if you want. If you have a larger group, you can even rent out your own shuttle. We took a taxi. It was just the 2 of us. It takes anywhere from an hour to 3 hours to get here. You either want to get dropped off exactly at your place, or just make sure you're packing light, because pulling a suitcase around here is a nightmare with the bumpy roads. So yeah, spending wise is fairly cheap. We were here for a week, tipped well. We went on 3 tours. We took tuk-tuks, transportation to and from the airport. We both spent around $400 US a piece here, and we've been here a whole week. So prices are pretty decent. If you want to go to like nice restaurants, we sat down at a nice restaurant. We got 2 complete meals with smoothies, coffee, tea, all the fixings. It was $9.50 a meal. I would suggest there's a coffee tour called De la Gente, which means of the people. And it's a really cool independent coffee tour. And they actually take you to their house and show you how to make the coffee. And then there's a bigger tour. I can't think of the name right now, but you can look it up. It's probably going to be the first one that comes up. And that's a really unique tour as well, where they really go into detail. You think you know stuff about coffee, you're definitely going to learn more. Hiking the volcano, we went on Pacaya. It was really intense. We were up in the lava, and I got scared. Yeah, but they do have like more mild tours, so you can ask people. You can take a horse. So go into town, talk to the tour guides. If you're paying more than like $20 per person for a tour like this, you're probably paying too much, unless you're going on like a really long tour. If you're going on a 3-hour tour, I think we spent like $12. I think last time I spent like $30. If they're charging you like $100, you're probably getting gypped. So that's another tip. Watch your prices. If you get in a tuk-tuk, it should be no more for 2 people than 25, 30. So that would be 25 or around that, because we got in one in the very beginning, and I was nervous and my Spanish wasn't that great, and he tried to charge me $200 which is way more than what you should spend. So watch your money. But for the most part, people are really honest. We bought something from a street vendor, and I accidentally gave her too much, and she's like, no, you gave me too much, and she like gave me change. So in general, people are pretty honest, but you know, just watch your money. And another tip is to know some basic Spanish, know how to say I want, how much, and definitely practice, if anything else, practice your numbers so you know how much money you're being charged. So I'd go on a coffee tour, I'd go on a volcano tour, get to know the locals. We had somebody drive us around and they got to show us some surrounding towns. What was the name of the city that we went to? It was San
Pedro?
San Pedro. Yeah, go check out San Pedro. They have a really cool Central Park. It's not far. We had our taxi drive us, and he took us on a 4-hour tour of all the surrounding cities. He charged us like $25 for the two of us and showed us where to eat and whatnot. So don't be afraid to talk to the locals and have them take you places and show you things. Yeah, that's about it for things to do. Like I said, the volcano, a hiking tour. You know, there is a national park nearby. There's a place you can walk to and walk up, and it has the big cross. We liked doing that, and you can overlook the city. That's completely free. There's a museum downtown. It's like has a different art exhibits, which you'll see it, and it is also free. So there's a lot of free things to do. So yeah, come here, check it out, and that's all I got. Thanks, guys.
I just have one little tip, is when you come here, make a little cheat sheet of the money versus U.S. money. Keep that with you. It's a whole lot easier when you have something where you know what you're spending in U.S. money. You may have heard some noises in the background. That wasn't gunfire. Every morning they seem to wake everybody up in town with fireworks. Every morning around this time. I don't know if they're waking up all their workers or what, but they let off fireworks, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah, the conversion is like $7.75 to $1 US, so it's really hard to count in your head once you start getting high up. So the cheat sheet does help, and it's, you know, not exact, but
this is just a little view. I wanted to show you where the volcano is up here. You can see the smoke coming out of the top of it. That's about it. Hope you have a safe trip.
Thanks, guys. I'll also do another video later on our Airbnb and where we stayed, because I definitely think you should stay here too. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like or subscribe. If you have anything to add, which I'm sure some people do, please put it down in the comment section below. Thanks, guys.